this board game I present, Subway Mayhem, and so I'm start getting into explaining how to play this game, why I made it, all that stuff. Not too big of an introduction, but this game requires a lot of patience, attention span, and strategy. Like it requires your actual thinking in every single move you make. This game on a difficult level, I'd say, is really difficult, and so the reason why I call it Subway Mayhem is because you're basically using trains. Like you're navigating train stations from point A to point B. Each station is placed on this main board, this grid 10 by 10, and yeah, the grid is the board you're gonna mainly play on. So, and also the reason why I'm making these videos is because when this game becomes public, when these games will be put on the shelves and you guys buy them, you can look back on these videos and the creator can show you how to play it. Step by step, in the best of my knowledge, I'll explain as best as I can to help any of those who have interest in a game like this can look back and obviously learn as I go along. So, first things first is how, or this game, the theme, the main point of it is as a team, a co-op game, you guys will be navigating station. Like I said, each color is a total of 5 colors: blue, orange, green, black, and purple. Each of those colors will have different abilities that you can use per week. The turn system goes by day. Each day brings you to another week. The goal is on week Friday, day Sunday, when the person takes their turn and survives from the stations filling up with the people, then your team wins the game. However, if you lose, then you'll have to completely restart. I would average each difficulty depending how long you're actually going for, but if you're just playing the normal game the first 5 weeks on a Sunday, then I would say I would probably average 5 to 6 hours. By week 1, it would be, I'd say, the first hour to 2 hours just for week 1, just to know how to play, get it set up, get it started. First things first, there's a player sheet you could do, which is right here. Player sheet. Players, you can do solo, players 2 to 4, players 5, players 6, and up. Each of those sheets have rules of how difficult each week will get progressively depending on the player sheet. And then the difficulty itself, there's the first one grid challenge, which will show what is required and resources used for this particular mode. These are the grids over here, the main board you play on, the main setup, main focus. There's a total of 9 grids, and in the beginning of each turn you can choose one of the grids listing from A through J, 1 through 10 down, and each grid will have, it's a 10 by 10 grid, and each individual grid itself will have rivers that I'll explain, and you can strategically choose them according to how the grid looks. Either it looks too hard, looks too easy. It honestly depends on the rivers and how you can think, how am I going to get around the rivers? How am I going to cross the rivers? So yeah. So after you choose the grid, then it's the player sheet. The players 2 to 4. Week 1 starts with 5 stations, and also starting with 8 people to randomize. First is station. Station setup is, grid choosing is first. Station randomization is second. So it's +5. So it goes by random. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flip it over and let's see. We got station 2 star, station 4 triangle, station X. Station 7X, station 15 rhombus, station 16 square. So it looks like we have every single one except one. So I'm going to explain that. To randomize it, it requires a dice of A through J and a dice of 10 listings from 1 through 5, or 1 through 10. Each individual station, from your perspective, A through J, you can see that, from left to right, up to down. And that's how we will be randomizing these stations. So the first roll is for station 4 triangle. So I look at the letter and the number. So the letter will tell me on this side, and the numbers will tell me go down. So E2 is the first one. Oh no, that's for 2 star E2, I3 for station 7X. Oh no, station 4, it's because it's from least to greatest. C8 for 7X, 15 rhombus I8. That's nice. And then J8. Oh, that's pretty unfortunate. These placings are pretty hard to reach. That's right. Okay, next is resource. This resource section has a stack of resource cards, and on the bottom or on the sides of it, it will have a pool of resources, 6 total resource cards, like a pool of 6 resource cards, and then each player, since I will be playing with 4 people, like I will be explaining an equivalent of 4 people, each person will have 8 resource cards, and players 1, 2, 3, 4. Players 1, blue subway, player and green subway. Player 2, orange subway, green subway. Players 3, black subway, green subway. Players 4, purple subway, green subway. Okay. So players 1 has a green subway. Ooh, okay, that's nice. Things we need. things. That's not so much, but that's fine. Okay, that's that, and then that's crazy. All right. Surely purple have a lot in it. So, now that the resources are chosen, it's time to match these stations to these station tiles over here. Listings from stations 1 to 16, and we're to match the number of stations and symbol. So 2. 7, 15, and 16. Left to right least to greatest. On your perspective, these will be shown under the tile stations waiting room. From least to greatest, 2, 4, 7, 15, and 16. In which each symbol, which will be used with these tiles. 2 star, 2 star, 4 triangle, 7 square, 16 square, 15 on this. Okay. Okay, so now I have these stations matching the symbol to this station tile and the station number to this station tile for all 5 of them. The player sheet 2 to 4, the +8 counter means I am going to randomize the station people to each station using dice and these people. So I'm going to count 8, up to 8. As you can see, I have X, square, rhombus, triangle, and star. Therefore, I will be discarding the circles because the circles don't match with any of these stations, and it has to be the variables that match with the station tiles and these station big ones. Okay, and since there's 5 stations, I'll be using a 1 dice of 6 because when we count, it starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's going to bounce back in the middle 6 as the max amount of moves these people can randomize. Starting from station 2 left to right. Player 1 starts with Monday, and then is blue and green. So player 1, week 1, day 1, Monday. Now, this rhombus has matched with this rhombus symbol. Since they cannot be in the same station, it bounces over to the left one time. And then since I rolled a 6 for this star, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it bounces back over 6. And since star and rhombus are not the same symbol, this can stay there. So player 1 has randomized 8 of these people according to these stations, and now he will navigate, or not navigate, he will then use now he's going to be using his what am I doing? Okay, player 1 is to be using their, which I'm controlling, their resource. Okay. So since it does not need these colors, the only colors I can turn to tiles is these 2 blues and 1 green. However, I can go up to get rid of 4 cards I do not need, discard, and then I can look what can I get from the pool. This one is blue, so I might as well just get this one, and I have to replace it and then add up to 8 again. 7, 8. Now I have 2 greens and 2 blues. 3 blues. No, 4 blues and 2 greens. Okay. So these 4 blue rails or resource turns into 4 blue tiles. And these 2 greens, which I'm going to talk about now, is the abilities. So I'm going to place these 4 down. 4's looking okay. 15, 16, models will just connect. And then I'm going to turn my 2 bridge cards in. You can play as many buffers as you want per turn. And trade them in for 2 bridge tiles, which I place over the rivers. When I place over the rivers, I can then place the tile on the bridge tile, so that I can access that spot. Okay. Now, this ability has to be used before the blue roll, and this ability is normally every normal subway move maximized by 20 moves. So when I roll this, I rolled a 9 and a 1. So now with these 2 dice, I have 10 spaces to move. I can do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, as long as these rails are connected to each station. However, this blue subway train has an ability where you can roll 3 dice instead of 2. So you can maximize your moves by 30 moves. And so now I have a higher count, 14, or a 10, 4, and a 2. So now I can move 16. I can, have 16 moves. That gets me closer to where I want to be. And then green, the green subway ability, instead of only trading in 4 resource tile or cards for 4 tiles, only for green you can have 4 of the same resource, green resources, and then just multiply them by 2. So this time you'll have 8 green tiles instead of 4 green tiles. And all these abilities can only be used once per week. Even if you go weeks without using your ability, it can't stack. It's only one. Orange. Every new week starting Monday, this market opens unless you use the orange ability, which is called glitching the system. That reminds me. The blue ability is called Dice with Distance. The green ability is called the Multiplier. And orange is glitching the system, because every Monday, week 2, you can either pull 3 buffers from the subway market Monday and flip over 3, or expose 3 and choose 1 of the 3, or you can expose 3 of the new abilities and choose 1 of the 3. So that's called glitching the system, because you can choose the card before it becomes Monday. You can even do it week 1. Like, all these abilities can be used on the first week, any day. It just cannot be used twice. Black. The black subway ability allows you to open up a whole stock market, which is like day trading. It's called Tap into the Stock Market, and I'm gonna have to explain it on a different video because it's just way too complicated. However, because I own this ability, or for player 3, player 3's only ability usage is to open the stock market, which is open during Mondays to Thursdays, and on the day of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it closes until Monday again. So you can only open the stock market within those 4 days. And so what you sacrifice is, when you open this market, you can't use any other ability that you own in the beginning of the match, or own in general, and you can't access the subway market Monday every Monday, because the rest of the players can, not you, because you can open the stock market. And if you use it correctly and you're really smart on how the stock market works, your team can be stacked on everything you need to play this game or win this game. Purple, the last ability is you can teleport. Like, these blue tiles that are touching or the tiles or the space next to the station, so you can access these stations as long as you have 2 rails like this back and forth connecting these stations together, or even this rail coming up here connecting these rails to this one, so you can just teleport, and you have 3 teleportations. Of course, you don't have to use all 3, but due to how difficult this game really is, most likely all 3 teleportations will be used. Once you're done with all your 3 teleportations, you roll a 1d6 to end your final moves, ending your roll for purple. Now, after all that is said, I am going to two can, or should actually. So, for example, I'm planning on using these 2 green subway rails to get from station 4 triangle to station 2 star. But since I can't reach it with two rails, making it 2 rails away from reaching it, I will multiply these 2 green cards to multiply it for 4 tiles instead. That's a W strat. since I can't reach it, with the remaining tile, I can either put it next to my green subway for me to use later, or I can put it on the board. It doesn't have to connect anything. I can just place it, leave it on the board for someone else to pick up and replace. And this can only happen once. Only one color, one rail per individual turn. I can either choose between these two if I want to break and replace the rails, as in I can replace the bridges once and the color of these tiles once. So what I could do is break these blue rails and replace them in my liking, and then once the rails connect to a station, you can place the piece wherever you like that brings your advantage. Yeah. And since I would just leave that there, I cannot place a green rail yet, or a green subway train yet, because it's not connected from one green, like these two stations are not connected with rails, so therefore I cannot put the piece on the board. So Monday is not over, because I'm going to roll for blue at least. 6 plus 4 is 10. I have 10 moves. So what's going to happen is 16. I'm gonna grab one Ramas from 16. I'm gonna go 1. Put it in the station returned. Then I will break this, because it's one break and one replace, one color per turn that you own. So I'm gonna break this up, and I'll just put it behind my blue subway and put this bridge on. Put this on. Break and replace. No, that's contradiction. I can only break and replace one color. So therefore, since this is placed, I can't move it here. There's only one break and one replace each color, each one color. And yeah. So that's that turn. And now it's Tuesday, players 2's turn. Tuesday. Okay. Same process. Randomize the 8 people. It has to happen every individual turn before you can play. This is gonna be this. This particular moment that you will want to experience, if you're interested in this game, obviously, is the tension of these people slowly filling up the stations. And the truth is, the reason why it's so terrifying, because the starting capacity of each individual station is a +10. So max capacity +10 for all 5 of these. That's the starting max capacity. And so once at least one station reaches to 10, you're safe. But the moment the moment it reaches 11 plus, if the station overfills and you as a team lose the game. So that is why this is the most intimidating part of the game. That's just because it's just difficult. So once that is done, now I can do my resources. I have 8 resources. I can get rid of 4 I do not need. And then grab what I do need. And since I'm prioritizing green, I'm trying to get green. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, that's nice because I have 4 more greens. This time I'm not going to use the green multiplier or the multiplier ability because I already have just so much greens. So 4, 5, 6, 7. So now, without using my green ability, I just have 7 tiles. Now I'm going to place this there and then turn these 2 bridge cards in for the 2 bridge tiles so I can place on the grid. Matter of fact, I'm going to place it here. Like 7 might actually be a struggle to deal with, but luckily I can make it. This is really good. Okay. And then as for orange, shoot. And I can't mess with that. This is bad. Because 15 can't be accessed, but 4, 2, and 7 can. So now I can place my green wherever I'd like in my liking. Probably put it station 2, 4, and then go back to 2, and then to 7. That would actually be double strap, so I'm gonna do that. Bars. Now I'm going to roll for player 2 on this train. 9 out of 3, that's really good. Is 12. 2, I'm going to pick up 2 these and this rhombus. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to drop off this rhombus at station 4 so I can bring it closer to station 15. You don't have to always drop off at the actual correct one. Sometimes you can move it around and cycle them until they get to the right station. Then since I was carrying these 2 triangles and I made it to 4 triangle, these are dropped off at the return station room, and since I'm touching or near station 4 triangle, this, the grid right next to it, I can access it and pull these 2 stars and go 4, 5, 6. I return these 2 stars 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. By the time I make it to, so you know what, I'm just gonna stay, here, and then for my orange, since I haven't used any abilities yet, I can wait till near the end of the week, but I'm going to use my orange ability because first player I used my green ability, and my second player I'm going to use orange ability, which allows me to pull 1 buffer from the top of the subway market Monday, and I have a +4 capacity. So I can put this +4 capacity during my turn. Whatever buffers you collect, you can only play them during your turn in attachments as well. So I'm going to attach it on green. That's because so instead of green only being 4, since it has a +4, it adds 4 capacity. So this one train only for player 2 has 8 max capacity. The rest of the players so far, it's only 4, except green of player 2. Orange +4, obviously there's no rails, so I don't even have a train on there. And that is it for player 2. Now before I get to Wednesday for player 3, to explain the capacities is there's capacities +2, 4, and 6. Each individual one of these subways can hold up to 5 capacity buffers per train. So if one of your trains is maxed out on capacity that reaches the 5, you can't add any more. Once this is attached, that's it. You can't transfer it, you can't undo it, you can't give it to someone, you can't trade it. Once it's on there, it's on there. It can't move. So now it's day 3, Wednesday. Now, there's another 8 players to randomize. Eight, okay. This card. And then so that, yeah, now I randomize. Just save for date. Good. 2. Not bad. 3. Okay. Now, player 3. Next is the resources. So I don't need orange or purple. So I'm just going to get rid of that. And I'm actually going to try to get more green tiles. So I'm just going to okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. These will just stay there, and then all these will be returned for tiles. Okay. 3 black tiles. And then 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6. Okay. So, shoot. Ooh, that's kind of scary, I can't lie. So what I'm about to do is multiply these. Oh, that's right, I can't, because the only ability I'm able to use is black to open the stock market, so I can't even multiply these. So I'll just turn these in for 3 green tiles. 3 green tiles, that's unfortunate. So you know what, I'm going to break and replace. I'm going to turn these 2 bridge cards in for 2 bridge tiles. and then just place them here, and then 7's looking bad though. Oh my gosh. So $15. So 2 and 4 okay. Actually 4 is not doing okay. So okay, what I can do for 15, 16 is one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So I'm gonna break this bridge up. I'm gonna place it here. Break this up. Break this up. Break this up. Place this here. This here. This here. So these bridges are remaining. So I broke them in place once. Since I picked up the tile, the same tile to replace for here, I may now play this wherever I like, because I have rerouted the rails, at least for one time, and now I can put this wherever I like. So therefore, starting at station 4 should be a W strat. So now I can roll. I got a 10 and a 9. That is beautatious. Now I'm gonna go pick up from 4 to get one rhombus and one square, and I'm going to now 1, 2, 3 drop off these rhombuses at station 15. Grab from station 15 these two X's and this triangle. Yeah, okay. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I drop this X off. I have these two. Now I have 3 X's. Let's see. Drop it off. No. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I'm basically one away from picking up and dropping off. So therefore, I'm just gonna go. Yeah, actually, you know what? That's an even better idea. Wait, why did I do that? Oh wait, never mind. That's what I'm doing. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Drop all these X's off. Pick up these rhombuses. Put 2 of these rhombuses in this triangle. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, remember I'm on the move 17. I'm going to drop off these 2 rhombuses. 8, okay. Never mind, I was on 18. 18. And I have one more move. Matter of fact, I'm just going to pick up this triangle and then this star. And I realize I can. Oh wait, this is for this. For player 3. So I'm going to leave out that and then player 4. Take a look at what I do for days is, for the days count, is a notebook. I don't have anything official, but it lists weeks, which is week 1, and then week 2, or not week 2 yet, but there's week 1 Thursday so far. It's to keep track of your weeks and how much of these you have by the end of the week. So now it's day 4, week 1, Thursday, and now I have to do the process again of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Progress again. 6, 3. Not gonna lie, it really does teach you patience, and actually use your brain, because like, you know, this game is, in my opinion, just genuinely difficult. It seems more like a party game. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of, so I have purple and green for player 2 or player 4. I'm gonna get rid of these 3 black resource cards because I don't need them. And now I'm going to replace 3 with random, because I have 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, 5 greens and 3 blues. Okay, so I'm just gonna read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna have to do it again. I'm just gonna turn these in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you know what? Since by the end of this week, I will not be reaching this particular. Player 4 will not have another turn in this week. So I'm just gonna multiply these 5 subways and get 10. 10 back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, got it. Okay. And then, so I'm going to place them, and it's going to basically circle around. And I don't have a bridge. Oh wait, now I can turn these 2 bridges into 2 bridge tiles. So now I can physically go across the river. Let's try it. And then I'll just place this here for anyone else to use. Doesn't matter who. And then I'm going to place this on the side so that the other players can also access these 3 rails, so it won't just only be mine. Now is the roll. Hopefully I get something good again. So, to now roll. 7 and 3, so I only got a 10. Not bad at all. So therefore, 15 has 4 X's. That's like really good. So I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'll make it. I can do, yeah, you know I'm gonna do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I turn it to station X7, and I'm gonna pull. Wait, why is there X on station 7? I'm just gonna bring him over and grab from these 3. I'm gonna grab all of station 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not make it, which is completely fine. And now on with Friday. Player 1 again, Friday. Same process of randomizing these people. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And discard the circles. And then randomize once again. Oh dang, 15 is gonna be a tragedy. Okay, good. Now it went over. 2. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. So player 1 again. I'm going to refill. First, I'm going to refill my hand with 8 cards. So I'm at 2 orange. I'm going to refill it up to 8 again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I'm going to get rid of 4 cards I don't need. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 oranges I don't need. And I'm going to refill it until I get the cards I need. 2, 3, 4. So I basically got back what I got rid of, which is fine because I already have green. And I'm going to turn these 2 greens in, or 2 green tiles. And I'll just keep it because we already have extras. Now I shall play my turn for blue and green. Whatever rolls lower, I'm obviously going to go for blue. I rolled a 7 and an 8, which is 15. So obviously I'm going to have to just go for green because this is a higher count. 7 is chilling, 15 is the biggest threat, so I'm going to go to 15. Nothing in my inventory. 1, 2. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. So I'm going to go 1, 2. Oh, that's right. I have to pick up not these stars. So these 3 X's and there's 1 square. I'm gonna go 1, 2. Drop the square off, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Drop this off, and then station 7 has 1 rhombus and 1 square. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I barely make it to 15. So I'm just sort of in my greens. And then for blue, I'll roll for blue. Actually, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm not gonna take my turn for blue. So now it's Saturday. Player 2. Same process once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Discard. Okay. Roll the die. There's the 5. Here. Safe. 4. Safe. No, see, so it bounces over to your right. 4 again. Dab it. 6. Bounces over. Dab it. 3. We're good. 1. We're good again. So 2, 4, 7. Okay, 2, 4, 7. Okay. So station 15 has 7, which is obviously we're still safe. So now I'm gonna do my subways, my subway resources. I'm gonna get rid of. Actually no. Fill up back to 8 first. 6, 7, 8. Did I even mix this up right? What the crab? Okay, whatever. I'm gonna get rid of 4 and then replenish 4. So why not just pull from this deck then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I can just turn in 4 orange, which is not even that bad. 4 orange, not even that bad. Okay. There, 4 orange tiles. Now I'm gonna roll for at least for just my green, because there's the only one I own. 6 and 1. That's unfortunate. However, let me do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can perfectly make it. I go 1. So I have literally everything from 15, because I have a capacity of 4 for green. Then I can go 1, 2, look for my squares, get rid of my squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can go up here and 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I can only hold my stars, but I can get rid of literally all 4 of my triangle capacities. Okay, that is it for Saturday, and now it is Sunday, which is going to be perfect because player 3 was holding three triangles in 1 star for player 3's player 3's green capacity. Now I shall randomize once again. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 5. Okay. Not bad at all. That's actually like really good. 4. Really good because of like right next to each other. Perfect. Not bad. It's aight. It's aight. Now we're talking. Okay. So now I'm going to roll for my green. I rolled a 7 and a 4. Okay, I have 11 moves. That's really good. So I can go drop these off because I'm literally just right next to the station for triangle. Pick up from 4, like 2 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Dude, that's actually perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I don't even need these tiles right here. So, what also I forgot to explain is these stations don't count as tiles or moves. So when your player moves, you basically jump over the station. So it could be like green, station green across, like in a straight line, and you'll just jump over the station, and the station above, or the tile above the station and the tile below the station counts as 2 moves. So that's that. And so now I shall continue. I'm gonna actually grab 1x from station 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I drop all these stars off at station 2 star. Then pick up all 4 of these X on station 2 star, and now I'm going to transfer them to 7X. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect amount of moves. I dropped all these X's off, and that officially ends my turn. However, if you wanted to, during week 1, you could have, if you owned this black subway market, is open the market, at least get it situated Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on week 1. But honestly, opening it now would be too complicated, and I'm gonna have to explain on another video on how everything of that works. So now it's week 2, day 1 Monday. So therefore, day 1 Monday, week 2, player 4, purple and green, will play the first day of Monday. And now it increases. This is where it gets more harder and more, I should say, stressful, but in a fun way, of course. So first things first is all the people that have been what did it say again? Returned. All the people that have been returned to the room, or the station room, is you have to count every single one of these up and then put on week 1 total. So by the end of week 1, that's how much people you returned in total, which is kind of I should say a record. You're kind of recording what you sorted out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, I have counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I counted 47 people, 47 total people I have sorted out, and I'm going to record this by the end of week 1 total. 47 people total. So now I'm going to put this back in the stack, and then now week 2 is an increase of two stations, and an increase of plus 10 people instead of 11, or instead of 8. So instead of sorting out 8 each every day before your term begins, it will be 10. So that's when it gets harder. So that's week 2. Now, for stations, since player 1, whoever started on Monday as player 1, that randomizes stations. Player 2 to the left, whoever's on your left is player 2. That's Tuesday on week 1. That is a player that then randomizes the station. Now each individual player can now access, since it's Monday, the subway market Monday. So player 4 can choose first. They can either choose 3 options of the subway ability. So there's 3 options. You can choose 1. Since that player already has green and purple, they have lost their chance to get a new color, and that is to be discarded. But before choosing before choosing in the Subway Market Monday is you have to reset all of these cards. You just remix everything together, or you have a choice to go to the buffers. So yeah, that's one option, 2 and 3 options. Okay. So now that player that's starting Monday next is they could choose Happy Holiday, a station ROM is +5 capacity, station Triangle +5 capacity. How this works is station the bridge cards. We know that you can turn that in for a bridge tile and place it on the river to place your tile on it, so your physical piece can move on that space because it's accessible. Happy Holiday, when you play this only on your turn, you can prevent 1 turn worth to randomize these people. So let's just say each individual one of these stations have at least 6 and more above. 6 or more above each station, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna if I randomize the people now, there might be a chance that the people will overflow the station over 10, which is the max capacity. So like, okay, I'm gonna play the Happy Holiday, and that turn you can prevent that from happening, and you can just use do your turn normally, what you normally do, but without randomizing the people. Then of course there's station X, circle, square, rhombus, triangle, and star, +5 capacity, so you can put it under these stations. Since there's a +5 rhombus, I can match that up with station 15, so that means this only station can have 5 max buffers on it, +5 buffers on it, max. And it can't go over that. So, and you can't transfer, you can't move, you can't even take it away. It's on there, just like the subway trains. It's gonna be the same with the stations. And of course, there is a +2, +4, +6 capacity buffers that go on your subway train. So let's just say purple picks rhombus. Let's just say purple picks rhombus, puts it, they own it. You can't trade it. You can't throw it away. You can't do nothing. You basically just have it. You can't trade it. Now, player 1 can choose either between what the heck? Okay, between the buffers or another possible subway ability. This time, just to give you the example, I will do the train. So my options are blue, purple, and another blue. So since I already have 2 blues, I'll just pick the purple one. So now I have 3 abilities, 3 different abilities. Now I can control now if I were to have, or since player 1 and player 4 have the same ability, they control the same one as well. Obviously, each and every single one of these capacitors is different, no matter how low or high each train has. Player 2 can choose from the market, and they'll do the buffers. So they have station circle +5, Happy Holiday, and bridge. Since we already have plenty of bridges and stuff, we'll just do. We don't even have station circle, but there might be a chance. So I'm just gonna do Happy Holiday, and then since player 3 has the chance to open the stock market, they are not able to pull from the Subway Monday market. Now we will continue the station setup, which is right after all of that. Pull 2 random stations. Week 2 says pull 2 random stations, and then the increase is 10, and that's when the market opens. So I pulled randomly, and I got 10 circle. So this time this time 10, wait, that means I have to grab a 10 and a 14. 10 and a 14. Okay, now how this works is 10 and 14, so 14 stars, so there's going to be another star, which is pretty good. So, how this works is from least to greatest, numbering least to greatest, we're going to basically scoot everything over. And how that's going to work is we're just going to start moving these back, so they still go where they last were. Just gotta move it over. Okay, I can still see that. And then 14 slides right in the middle. And then 14 as a star. And 10 as a circle. Okay. Circle. Now, this time it's plus 10 people. Immediately, player 4 can put this on rhombus. So, this is what happens. You just put it under the station's rhombus, and the plus, just showing the +5 slot, or the +5 thing under the station 15, so you know. So now, if station 15 reaches 10 plus, 11, 12, 13, it's safe. The moment it reaches 15, it's still safe. But when it reaches 16 plus, then that's when you lose the game, because even though you increase the capacity, the moment it reaches 16, you lose the game. Now instead of 8 is now 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. And since circles can now be used, we have to mix the circles with the rest of them, so we can, yeah, like I said, mix the circles back into these decks to randomize for the people. And also, what also resets is the resources, the resource pool, and you mix the decks, the deck back together, and then redraw the pool. Does this work? Kind of. Okay, so now I'm going to redraw the pool of resource cards, and then, okay, so now is the station randomization. It's 2, like I said, 10 circle and 14 star. What's going to happen is the same process. Grab a one dice of 10 listing from A through J, and the same 1 dice of 10 listing from 1 to 10, and you gotta roll that for each individual one. So this one says G7. Okay, now when it lands on a station, and this replaces the station because there was a tile on G7, but now the station will be on G7. This remaining tile, you could either place it on the grid for anyone to grab anytime, or just simply having it come to agreement of where this tile goes to. So it would just go back to player 4. No, actually, yeah, I'll just put it there. And then now the second roll for station 14 star, I6, which is in the river. So now I must re-roll. B10. So B10 is all the way down here, bottom right, or close to bottom right. So B10, 14, triangle. Now, it's time for the people count. Which, since there's an increase of station 2, 4, 6, 8, it would be a dice of 1d6 and a 1d2, or 1 dice of 6, because 1d6 is not going to be able to count all the way to this side. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the furthest it could possibly get to is 15. So add a 1 dice of 2 to act as that one move, and then obviously it would be bouncing over if it reaches the 8. 3. Bounce over. 7, which reaches all the way to the end. 1, 4, 5, pretty good. 7, all the way to the end. 7, 8. So it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. It's gonna bounce over. 2. Okay, player 4's turn for randomizing is over. Now gonna be the resources. So it's gonna refill all the way back to 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then get rid of the cards I don't need. Take these 4 blues away and get all 4 of these. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7. I'm gonna get 7 green rails. 7. Okay. Now I'm going to roll for green. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I have 13 max moves. Now, obviously, I should connect these 2 stations together. 14 and 7. And then let's see. Oh yeah. Shazam, all purple. Goodness. Okay. From station 7, I'll just pick up this triangle just cause, so we can hold on to it, and then 14 is, I don't need anything from that, so 1, 2, what did I count? I have 13. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 3, and then I'm gonna get rid of the star and just place it on 10. Pick up this triangle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 6, 7, 8. Drop off of these triangles, and then from 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have how about, I'm gonna pick up from station 4. 9, 10, 11. Pick these up. 12. Drop these off. And then finalizing my move. 13. Okay. Now it's Tuesday. Tuesday, week 2. Now it's player 1's turn. And so the process now continues. Now, what I'm going to do is explain. So, now I'm done explaining how the gameplay, because I already walked through week 1. And now I really hope that people will look back on this video and at least try to understand how this game works when this game is released on the shelves. Obviously, from this distance in your screen, whoever is interested in a game like this, like, just try to understand. Shoot, I forgot. Another brain fart. Whoever is interested in a game like this, like, even if you can't see from your distance from your screen, if you do understand how this game works, how to play this game, just by me visually explaining it on this physical board and everywhere else, just let me know you don't understand, or what you don't understand, and at least for one grid challenge. Next one, I'm gonna do standard mode, or not standard, that's not what it's called. It's called the standard difficulty, which is just, I would say, medium mode. It's one mode after this one, or no, one difficulty after this one, and that one is obviously what I would get into the next one. So one last thing is, on this Jogo Bonito challenge, or Jogo Bonito challenge, what the heck? Jogo Bonito channel, I guess there's no specific one set of niche. It's just, I don't know, I want to make this game big, because with a lot of people I've met, along with my same interest of creating games in general, no matter if it's digitally, through editing and software, all that stuff, or even the physical board game, I met a lot of people along the way, and it really motivated me, or allowed me to make a game like this, because obviously in the generation of Gen Z, we all went through a phase of making a board game. Like, oh my gosh, you call your siblings out. You're like, hey, let's make a board game together. You get all the ideas out, you plan it out, you get the board game. Hey, mom, dad, try it out. And obviously, the game will never finish because it was just a phase. And that's what was really difficult, is just being consistent. Being consistent in making a game that would obviously take a long time. haven't properly introduced myself, but my name is Ethan, and I'm just gonna try my best to make this go big because I just want to share this with people. Obviously, I have, but with hardcore board gamers out there, this game requires so much strategy. It's a co-op. It's videos like this, like games like this, like these advanced strategy games that are just really complicated, like Catan, Ticket to Ride. I'm just gonna list those two games are really complicated, but they're fun. It has so much strategy. Those who have large attention spans can sit and just play those games. So those also inspired me to make an advanced game like this, especially if a game like this seems boring to some people, but to others it's like really fun because it's challenging. You're like, oh my gosh, let me just lock in, and then you take your move, like, oh my gosh, you're just locked in. So yeah, so therefore, peace out. Probably do another video.